Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but your health is not changing? Maybe you've tried eating less. Maybe you've followed different diets. Maybe you've spent hours doing cardio. Maybe you've bought supplements, followed health advice online, and tried everything new that promised results. But you're still tired, you're still frustrated, and you're wondering, why is this not working for me? Today, we're talking about the missing pieces most people overlook when it comes to losing weight, building strength, and creating lasting health. Because the truth is, most people do not need more information. They need the right information. They need to understand how their body works. They need a simple foundation, and they need a plan they can actually follow for life. So grab a notebook because we're going to break this down today.
Welcome to Strength for Generations, the go-to podcast for Christian families who want to build strength, restore energy, and deepen connection with God at the center. I'm Krista Baker, Christian health coach, wife, mom, and co-founder of Baker Family Fitness. I'm here to help you honor God with your health and bring peace back to the process, to simplify what it means to build strength in your body, renew your mind, and care for your spirit, all without losing precious time with your family. So grab your coffee and your ribeye, and let's do this His way.
Well, welcome back to the Strength for Generations podcast. Guys, if this is your first time, welcome. Welcome here. I'm so excited to have you here today. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. Now, before we get started, I want to invite you to join my 5-day training. It's a free 5-day training. It's called the Move Mountains Method. This training was created to help you reconnect your faith and your health in a practical way. Over 5 days, we walk through your why, daily habits, movement, nutrition, perseverance, and the legacy you're building through the choices you make today. Because your health journey is more than just about losing weight. It's about honoring God with the body He has given you. And it's about having the strength and energy to serve your family, live your purpose, and do all the things that He's called you to do. So you can get your free access by going to bakerfamilyfitness.com/movemountains. Make sure you complete all 5 days because there's something special waiting for you at the end of the training. You're going to get a behind the scenes look at what we've been building and one of the first people to really get to know about it. All right, my friends, let's get into today's episode. One of the biggest things I've learned through my own health journey is that health was never meant to feel this complicated. And honestly, that is one of the things that frustrates me the most. Because when you look at the way God created our bodies, there's so much wisdom and simplicity. There's also a lot of complexity, but He doesn't make things confusing. Our bodies were designed to move. They were designed to be nourished. They were designed to recover. They were designed with purpose. But somehow along the way, the world has made health incredibly confusing. We have more information than ever, but many people feel more lost than they ever did before. There are endless diets, endless options, endless supplements, endless promises. And instead of feeling empowered, people often feel overwhelmed. And I think we need to recognize that there are a lot of reasons for this. Sometimes the health space becomes more focused on profit than truly helping people. There are companies selling products because they know people are desperate for answers. I mean, look at GLP-1s like Ozempic and what the medical system is doing now with weight loss drugs. There are messages everywhere telling us that we need the next thing, the newest thing, or the thing we are missing. And I believe one of the enemy's greatest strategies is confusion and distraction. Because when we're confused, we stop taking action. When we're distracted, we lose focus on what actually matters. We start chasing complicated solutions instead of building the simple foundation right in front of us. There are so many well-intended people who truly want to help. Doctors, health professionals, trainers, friends and family, people who care about us. But sometimes we receive pieces of information without understanding how all of these pieces fit together. And that was my experience. I was trying, I was researching, I was exercising, I was making what I thought were healthy choices. But there were still missing pieces. Protein mattered. How much food I consumed mattered. Strength training mattered. Consistency mattered. Understanding my body mattered. Understanding things like iron dysregulation and the fortification of foods. understanding supplements and what my body actually needed. The problem wasn't that I wasn't trying. The problem was I did not have the complete picture. And that is why I believe health does not need to be complicated. It needs to be understood because God's design is not confusion. God's design is wisdom. And when we learn to care for our body that He has given us, we can stop fighting against our bodies and start learning how to steward them well. And today, I want to walk you through the missing pieces that can help you build a stronger foundation. So our missing piece number 1, you need the right foundation, not more information. One of the biggest challenges today is that we have more health information than ever. But more information does not always create better results. It creates the confusion. People are jumping from diet to diet, workout to workout, supplement to supplement. They're constantly looking for the next answer instead of mastering the basics. And the basics work. Your body needs proper nutrition. Your body needs movement. Your body needs strength. Your body needs to recover. The goal is not to find the perfect plan. The goal is to build a foundation that actually works for your life. Because your health journey is not about what you can do for 30 days. It's about who you're becoming for the next 30 years. Think about that. You're in a rush to fix all of this in a 6-week challenge. You've probably been struggling for 6 years or more. And you think you can get away with just doing a 6-week challenge because that's the answer. And I'm sorry, that might sound a little bit sarcastic, but I want you to really think about it. You've got 30 years. We've got 40 years, 50, who knows how many more years. So I want you to ask yourself, am I always looking for the next thing or am I consistently doing the important things? Sometimes the answer is not more. Sometimes the answer is going back to the basics and doing them well. So your action step for this is I want you to take a few minutes today and identify one foundational habit that you've been ignoring. Maybe it's protein or movement or sleep, maybe managing your stress. I want you to choose one thing and focus on improving that this week. That's it. Okay, our missing piece number 2 is protein is a bigger piece than most people realize. One of the biggest breakthroughs I've seen with my clients is understanding protein, even for myself. So many people are trying to lose weight, and they are not giving their bodies what they need to become stronger. Protein is not just something athletes or bodybuilders need. Protein matters for everyone, especially as we age. Protein supports your muscle. It supports recovery. It helps you feel satisfied after meals. It helps you maintain strength. And maintaining muscle is one of the most important things that we can do for our health as we get older. Many people spend years trying to eat less, but they never learn how to fuel their bodies properly. And this is where simplicity comes in. You do not need a complicated meal plan. You need to understand the basics. You've got to build your meals around protein. I always share this with my clients. I'm like, listen, if we figure out your protein now, you really never need to figure that out ever again. Because if you weigh 200 pounds and you want to weigh around 150 pounds and you start eating 120 to 150 grams of protein every day now, guess what you never have to figure out in 10 years? Because you're probably going to weigh around the same. So then you already now know how to do that. The only thing that starts to change after is we start to fix whether we're going to go have a little bit more carb, we're going to maybe balance out more calories, or we're going to have a little bit more fat depending on what's going on in your body. But if you can dial that one thing in, I'm telling you, like, that's it. You don't have to figure it out ever again. So I want you to ask yourself, where is my protein source? Instead of making protein something you add at the end, make it what you put on your plate first. So your action step is I want you to look at all of your meals for the next 3 days. Write them down and just get a good idea of where you are. And then you're going to choose one meal where you can intentionally increase your protein. That's it. So if you notice, okay, when I have breakfast, I'm getting like 10 grams of protein. Well, how can I make that 30 or 40? And then just focus on that for the next week. Small changes create big results over time. Okay, our missing piece number 3 is strength training is a piece you cannot skip. I know, guys. Does this girl ever not talk about protein or strength training? I have talked about this so many times on the podcast. So what's going on? Are you still avoiding strength training? Are you still just walking, running, and going to Pilates or yoga? If so, why? If you've listened to this podcast enough, you've heard me say this. You can't skip this step. Strength training changes everything. It changes how your body functions. It changes how you feel. It changes your confidence. It changes how you age. So many people come to me wanting to lose weight, but what they really want is to feel strong again. They want to be able to play with their grandchildren and their children. They want their energy and confidence, and they want to feel capable. Well, guess what? Strength training helps you build that. And you don't have to start by spending hours in a gym. You don't even need to go to a gym. You start where you are. You learn, you practice, you build consistency, you get stronger over time. So your action step is, if strength training is missing from your routine, you have to commit to starting. I said in one of my clients' check-ins, I said, if you can't do the 2, do 3. And he laughed back at me because I want him to do 3. That's really what I want. I don't want him to go and do 1. And so I could sit here and say, just pick one day. Sure, if you've never done it before, fine, 1. But I want you to do 3 times a week. But if we're just starting and it's the one thing that you can just finally add to the routine, just give yourself 15 minutes. Okay, that's your first step. We've got missing piece number 4. Understanding your body is a piece most people overlook. One of the biggest things I've learned is that sometimes we need to understand what's happening inside our bodies. And this is something that does not get talked about enough. And what I'm talking about, obviously, I talk about it a lot on this podcast, but I don't hear a lot of my colleagues or professionals that I work with talk about iron dysregulation, talking about how your body is actually functioning from the cellular level. Sometimes people are doing everything they think they should be doing, but their body is asking for something different. And this doesn't mean we need to make health complicated. It means we need to become educated. We need to understand our bodies. We need to ask better questions. Your body is not your enemy. Your body is communicating with you. And so I want you to actually start paying attention. This is your action step. Start paying attention. I want you to notice your energy. I want you to notice how you recover. I want you to notice your hunger signals. Yes, if you're a woman, you're probably going to say, my hunger is crazy the week before my period. Like every woman says that. So if that's a signal, we need to learn to pay attention to it. Instead of just reacting all the time, doing whatever the heck we want, and not learning how to actually manage that. But maybe if that's what's happening every month, maybe there's something going on a deeper level. Don't ignore your signals your body has given you. Okay, we've got missing piece number 5. Consistency will always beat perfection. The final missing piece is consistency. And honestly, this might be the biggest one because a lot of people know what to do. I always ask this question when I get on a call with someone. I say there's 3 reasons why people are stuck. 1, they've got a knowledge issue. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to lose weight. I've tried all the things. I don't know how to program design. I don't know how to understand my blood labs. I just don't know what to do. Okay, that's a knowledge gap. 2, there's a consistency issue. I know exactly what to do. I just don't do it long enough. And 3, there's a combination of both. And then I'll often ask, where do you find yourself? So when I think about the consistency, a lot of people know what to do. They just struggle to keep doing it. They think they need the perfect week, the perfect diet, the perfect workout schedule. But life does not work that way. There will be busy seasons. There will be vacations. There will be challenges. The goal is not perfection. The goal is faithfulness. Small steps repeated over time create transformation. And this is where faith connects beautifully with the heart. God is not asking us to be perfect. He's asking us to be faithful. So your action steps for this one is I want you to choose one simple commitment for the next 7 days. Make it realistic. Make it something you can repeat. And then keep showing up. So if you look back at the other list and you're like, okay, my nutrition commitment for the next 7 days is I'm just going to make sure I have breakfast first thing in the morning or for my first meal of the day. Great. Just do that for the next week. And then from a movement standpoint, okay, Krista's talked to me enough about strength training. I am going to do 10 squats and 10 push-ups off my counter and 10 step-ups on the stairs. And I'm going to do that every day for the next week. Like it's that simple. Okay, my friends? So if losing weight has not been working for you, I want you to remember this. You're not missing another diet. You're not missing another supplement. You're not missing another quick fix. You may simply be missing some important pieces. That's the right information, the right foundation, the right habits, and the right support. God created your body with purpose. Learning how to care for it is an act of stewardship. My prayer is that you stop fighting your body and start learning how to honor it. Remember 1 Corinthians 6:19-20 reminds us that our bodies are a temple of the Holy Spirit and that we're called to honor God with our bodies. Lord, help us remember that our bodies are a gift from you. Give us wisdom to care for them well. Help us focus on faithfulness instead of perfection. Give us discipline, patience, and strength as we continue this journey. Help us to use our health to serve you, love our families, and impact generations. In your mighty name we pray. Amen. Now, my friends, you know what to do. Keep building strength for generations.
Thanks for tuning in to Strength for Generations. If this podcast encouraged you, it would be a blessing if you took a quick minute to leave a 5-star review. It helps more families hear this message and find hope for their health and faith journey. It lights me up to know this podcast is helping you. And if you feel led to share this episode, text it to a friend, post it to your stories, or send it to someone on your heart. God might use it to encourage someone who really needs it today. And don't forget to eat steaks, lift weights, love Jesus, and keep doing it His way.